All right, looks like we're live. Welcome everybody to the Friday live stream. I am glad you're with me, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of news items and doing a kind of an open Q&A, an AMA. I don't know, whatever. I did see one guy call his a Q&R one time. It was a question and response. He's like, I might not have the answer, so let's call it a Q&R. I kind of like that. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about Walmart's new streaming devices and Paramount Plus's new tier of service. So we'll get there in just a moment. First of all, I just want to thank all of you for joining me today and remind you to go down to the description below. At least it's below on YouTube, I believe. But check out the giveaways page. We're going to be announcing the giveaway today for last week's, or the winner today for last week's giveaway. And we're starting a new one today. So pop over to that page and like I always say, bookmark that page, visit it every week. We're doing these giveaways constantly. So it's been awesome. We've wanted to do this for a while, but it took us a little while to get it going logistically. And now we've got it going, so we can do these giveaways every week. It's fantastic. So head over there. I think I just got a message. So let's see. All right, the Arlo doorbell. What was it? The Arlo Essentials video doorbell that we gave away last week goes to Michael Nazario. So Michael Nazario, thank you so much for entering that particular giveaway, and we'll be in contact with you. We'll be emailing you about that. Hopefully you're here. If not, hopefully you'll watch this on demand and see how exciting it is. You were the one who was chosen. And if you are here today, for the rest of you, go ahead and pop over there. Entering is super easy. Basically, what we're doing is taking all of the, sometimes it's services, but mostly it's products that we test and review on this channel. Sometimes you'll see me using things. Sometimes it's Tashaka doing mobile tech. Sometimes it's Steve doing things like this Arlo video doorbell. So we have all these products that we kind of have sitting in our closets that aren't getting used. And so we figured, you know what, let's give them to our viewers. So thank you everybody for watching. So let's go ahead and let's talk to a few people. I can't believe you allow people like me in here. Me neither. I can't believe it. I am so generous to allow you to watch this live stream. Just kidding. I'm glad you're here. Are the green lights because of Loki? No, but I like that. I just watched the first episode last night. On this channel, at least, I am not a content reviewer, so I won't get into, all my thoughts about Loki, but I enjoyed the first episode. Yeah, hope you did too. Hi from London. Oh yeah, the same Adam. Hello, Adam. Hi from London. We don't have Walmart or Paramount Plus, but I'm still here as I love your Friday live streams. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope it's entertaining. I hope it's fun. I always want these things to be engaging and fun and interesting and hopefully informative as well. With one like today, if people are watching after the fact, hopefully they skip ahead to the news items that they clicked on the title for, right? But yeah, I hope you all have a good time. Let's start with, as far as a Q&A goes, we'll get to the streaming sticks and the Paramount Plus in just a moment. But what up, Cryag? Now, I do that all the time, so I can't blame you. I accidentally type my name wrong all the time. Why do you love cord cutting so much? I love that I get to stream anywhere and don't have to pay for cable fees. I mean, that's basically it, right? So, yeah, it's all, for me, if I were to sum it up in a single word, it would be choice. It's not that. So I did a video, a week or two ago about where I crunched the numbers and I looked at whether whether cord cutting actually saves you money. Even when you factor in, like, you have to keep your internet plan, maybe that's through your cable company. So does watching TV via streaming save you money versus watching it via cable? And the answer is almost certainly yes. If you sign up for the premiumest version of every streaming service out there, you'll probably meet or exceed your old cable bill. But for most of us, yeah, it does save money. And what it does for me is it gives me a choice. It's like, okay, I could do this every single month. I could do it, a couple times a year, every once in a while, whatever. But I get to sit down and decide, wait a minute, when was the last time I opened up Paramount Plus? When was the last time I opened up Netflix? When was the last time I watched something on Hulu? And I can decide like, oh, you know what? That $10, that $5, that $15, I can cut that out of my monthly bill. And so it's not quite the a la carte system that we all wanted, where, when we had cable, we were watching, you had 100 different channels and you probably watched 10 of them, right? I think on average, people only ever watched up to 12 channels consistently on cable and satellite. And so what we wanted was a system where it's like, I just want to pay for those 12 channels. We didn't quite get that, but we did get something pretty similar, right? And so the channels, like each individual channel is owned by a parent company. So the USA Network and obviously NBC and NBC Sports and MSNBC, whatever, it's all under the the NBC Universal brand, right? And so now they have their own streaming service. So we don't get to pick those individual channels, but we can pick that group of channels. Content creators, whatever we want to call them nowadays, because channels doesn't quite fit anymore. Or, whatever other, Disney owns ABC and ESPN and whatever else, Disney Channel, obviously. And so I like that we're able to have that choice, that kind of sort of a la carte that we were all hoping for. I love that. So let's see. I canceled Philo and got Peacock and Paramount Plus instead. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, whatever works for you. Philo is great for those who, like, if you're not watching TV for the news and sports. I know they've got a little of that, but if you're not watching TV for news and sports, Philo is fantastic. But even that, like, I've been saying this for a while now. In my opinion, live TV as a concept is not long for this world, with some exceptions, right? Obviously, live events, like sports, when the Olympics come along, we're all going to be watching live TV, but it'll be through these streaming services. And so, yeah, I think that concept will be dying out in the next few years. Okay, so let's see. What was it? Craig Schilling for big live stream again. Hey, that's what I do, right? I am big live stream. I am here bigly live streaming. So, all right, let's talk about some news. I'll come back to these comments. I apologize if you've asked a question that I haven't gotten to yet, but I will come back to those. So let's talk about the news of the day. So Walmart has released 2 streaming devices. One is a streaming stick, one is a streaming box. And they're doing this through their ON brand. I don't know, ONN? On, whatever. I'll just call it their On brand, which is great. It's very on brand, right? But here is I need to add this. There we go. Here's our first one that we can take a look at. This is the streaming stick from Walmart, the On FHD streaming stick for $25. We've also, here, let me pop over here. We've also got the UHD. So this is the 4K box. Now you'll notice $29.88. Versus, let's just keep this up for now, versus $24.88. I was doing that hoping it was zooming, but I don't think it's zooming. I think it's just getting rid of my bars here. So $24.88 versus $29.88, $5 difference. What do you get for that? Well, first of all, we should talk about that price, generally speaking. Okay, so a 4K streaming box for $29.88. So call it $30, right? A $30 4K streaming box. What are we getting here? Well, we're getting a 4K budget device, right? So I honestly should call Walmart and say, is it ONN or is it ON? I'm going to go with ON. So that is their budget electronics brand. So if you go to Best Buy, you're going to see, is it Insignia, I think it is, that Best Buy carries. That's kind of like their budget brand. And Walmart has ON. And yes, it is lowercase o with a period. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's like E.E. Cummings or something like that. Like, it's very specific. So it's supposed to be 4K. It's let's see if we go down here to the. I don't think you guys can see this very well. I'll see if I can blow it up a little bit. On All right, so it's saying we've got 4K UHD. What was the other thing I saw? Dolby Audio. Now, there are different versions of Dolby Audio. They don't really tell us what this is, but hey, it comes with Dolby Audio. Great. Is there anything else interesting on here? The reason I'm doing this is because I haven't yet got my hands on this device. And so I'm showing you this so that if you have any questions, I want you to hit the chat. Yeah, the chat over there. I want you to hit the chat and ask me questions about it, because when I go pick one of these up and do a review for the channel, it'll be great to have your suggestions of the things that you would be looking for. I think I know what you would all be looking for, but hey, sometimes you surprise me. So, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Ryan says, I think it's pronounced on. I would think so too, but I've been surprised before. So, okay. Oh, okay, Robert, great. You ordered yours. We'll pick it up tomorrow. I'll be very interested to hear what you have to say about that. So let's see. The best way, actually, maybe the best way to let me know is come back to this video. When we're done with the live stream, it'll be, it'll be like any other video. You can find it on the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. When you unboxed it, your first impressions. I would love to hear it. It's great for me to hear that from you folks. Like, I'm looking at these devices all the time, and so sometimes you get tunnel visioned, or like you're asking the wrong questions because you're not the normal user anymore. Like that's my situation. So yeah, I'll be very interested to hear what you have to say about this. It'll be fantastic. Okay. Oh wait, here it is. Oh, and it sounds like a news station in a movie, so they don't get sued by CNN. That's exactly right. I was kind of thinking that too. So yeah, Walmart is slowly being more techie, and much like everything else that Walmart does, they're all about slightly undercutting the competition, right? And so my question will be, looking at this device, if I come back over here, oh, sorry, that's too small. There we go. If I come back over here and look at this device, all right, so I'm $30 for a 4K box. Obviously, it's made to look kind of similar to like a Roku Ultra or something like that, or the what's the Xfinity Flex? Yeah, the Xfinity Flex. So they're devices that it's kind of made to look like. My question will be, what performance are we getting? So Walmart may bring me something that's a few bucks cheaper than the competition, but can it do the same things as well? So if I'm putting my cards on the table, my assumption is that a box like this for $30 from Walmart will have some compromises when it comes to speed, especially. That's my number one concern, is how fast is it? If you've ever used multiple Roku devices, you'll know that, and I know there's a new budget Roku device out there, but the cheap versions of Roku devices versus the expensive ones are just miles apart when it comes to speed. And so when you're doing something as simple as clicking through the navigation menus, that if it has a half second of lag time, that doesn't sound like much, a half a second, whatever. But when you're quickly trying to scroll through, or heaven forbid, you're trying to type in a username and password on some streaming service, then that half second delay as you're clicking constantly gets very annoying very quickly. So that's the sort of thing I'll be looking at is, what's the lag time? What's the load time for an app like Netflix, so how long will it take me from turning on the TV to trying to watch, I don't know what's on Netflix these days, or watch Friends on HBO Max, right? So I want to turn on an episode of Friends on HBO Max. How long does it take me? Does it take me 7 seconds? Does it take me 27 seconds? So those are the big questions when it comes to speed for me. So, but even if it is kind of slow, like I was saying earlier about choice, I always love that this kind of device exists, even if it's not up to the same technological standard of some of its competitors. not all of us can afford to go out and grab an $80 streaming box or, a $150 Apple TV 4K, whatever. I can't even remember what the new one costs. But yeah, so I like that these budget devices exist. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on these and what you want to know. I'll leave this up for just a few more moments. Okay, so Roy says new device will have some bugs in it, better to wait. That's a great point. And this, if it were not Walmart, I would agree. I still agree, and that I think that is still totally possible with this device. But Walmart is one of those. It's one of those, like, they didn't get where they are by accident brands. But we'll see. And they've been doing electronics through On for a while, and so I would think that they would have done a pretty good job of working out the kinks. But maybe not. We will see. Let's see. Do you think the Walmart device will have the Plex app? That's a great question. I have no idea what apps are available on this thing. Well, actually, no, hang on. That's not quite true. Because this is, if you look at the remote here, it'll tell you, if you go through the details, it'll tell you. This is an Android TV device. And so based on that, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Yes, it will have the Plex app, which is available on Android TV. So there you go. Question answered. Let's see. That's good price for the 4K device. Yeah, like I said, hopefully we're not compromising too much on the tech. Okay, this is a good one. What is the storage capacity of the on-box or stick? I think this is a great question because, as you may know, if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, that was one of my only complaints with the new Chromecast. So the new Chromecast device, I don't have the stick here, but I've got the remote. If you recall, when I did the review of the new Chromecast, I love the interface. I love the content suggestions. I love so much about it. I actually love the remote. But the operating system on the Chromecast was so robust that it took up a more than significant amount of storage space on the device itself. And so you weren't left with much room for the apps themselves. And so, and there are ways you can get around that. You can plug in third-party devices and switchers and, add a hard drive or whatever. But for most users out there, you're not going to do that. And so, and again, I'm not most users. And so I do add a lot of apps onto these devices, but I think a lot of us do. And so I think on my Fire Stick or on my Roku, I can have 50, 70, 100 apps on there. And with the Chromecast, it was like I had 20 apps and it was giving me warnings. You're at your limit. So this is a great question. What is the storage capacity? Fantastic question. I will look into that. Okay. Specs, please. Specs, please. Okay, so yeah, we can. Well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get. They'll give us some specs on here, like what kind of Wi-Fi it uses. So 802.11. Let's see, AC. So yeah, it'll give you some specs, but it'll be a lot of times, like I was saying with the Dolby audio, like they'll give you a spec, but not give you the specs about that spec. So I'll do a little bit of digging about that. Oh, sorry, that was so small you probably couldn't see anything. I apologize. But okay. High price or budget price doesn't matter as long as it has the latest tech chip inside. Well, if you're in it for the latest and greatest, then I hate to tell you this, but you're probably not going to be buying budget devices. So I doubt this has got the latest and greatest chipsets at $30, but I could be wrong. Okay, I watch most of my streaming on my Samsung TV. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in that boat. Okay, yeah, so this is exactly what I was talking about, like the Fire TV Stick, but hate that there's only 8 gigs of storage. And you can, with the Fire Stick, same thing with the Chromecast, you can buy devices where, instead of a power cable plugging into the Fire Stick, you plug like a branching device on there. So, what's the what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. you can add another dongle. There you go, dongle. What an awful word. Terrible word. We need to come up with a better word than dongle. Or maybe it's perfect. I don't know. But anyway, so then you add a power cable and extra storage space and maybe a USB controller or something if you don't want to use Bluetooth, whatever. All right. So let's go back to this. We'll come back to the other stuff in just a moment. How do you enter? So the giveaway this week here, let's go ahead and pull it up. Reviews.org/giveaways. So allow me to put that into the chat. So there, you can go to this page right here. Okay. That pulls up this page. So this is, reviews.org/giveaways. So product giveaways. Do you have travel plans this summer? So this is, okay. In-case commuter backpack, a Samsung Smart Tag, Bluetooth sleep masks. All right, so that's what we're giving away. This is a prize package that's coming from Tashaka, who reviews a lot of mobile tech like this. This is fantastic. Bluetooth sleep masks. Boy, I wish I could enter. Okay. And there are 4 ways to enter. Like I've been saying this for weeks and weeks, guys. Oh, here comes the Air Force to bomb me. It's really easy to enter. You go to this page, visit reviews.org, follow us on Twitter, visit us on Facebook, visit us on Instagram. That's it. It's really, really simple. So do those. You can get up to 4 entries. We've already got a few entries in. No doubt there will be a few more over the coming week. So 7 days left. I think it usually ends. Gosh, it must be around this time next week. So yeah, we can check the official rules here. It begins. Yep. Noon today. I think it started just a little early, but it will end at noon next Friday. So yep, that's how you enter. There you go. Okay. Oh, and on this one, I'm sorry. This is good clarification. Thank you, team, for letting me know. On this one, this is not a prize package. They're saying we're going to pick 4 different winners. So, you'll get one of these 4 things, and that's good. More winners, right? I always like more winners. So, make sure you get your entries in. Okay. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, good. We got a couple more entries while I was talking about it. All right. Dongle sounds like Harry Potter. Yeah, it's like a house elf in Harry Potter or something. I'm Dongle the house elf. I don't know why I just did that, because after you've done a few dozen of these live streams, you start to go a little crazy, right? Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. This is a nice little tip with data caps. All right, so if you have an internet plan with data caps, this is something you have to worry about, because streaming video takes a lot of data, right? And so you got to be careful that you don't hit your data cap. Usually it's 1 or 1.2 terabytes of data that you're able to use every month if you have a data cap. So Robert says, I like a USB powered by the TV. So when I turn on the TV, when I turn off the TV, it turns off the streaming device and doesn't sap my data. So this is interesting. And I think this is a good idea if you have a device that can be powered by your TV. Not all of them can. I think actually the Chromecast specifically, if I'm remembering, it might have been the TiVo, but I think it was the Chromecast, where it came out of the box and it was like, look, plug this into the wall. It's not going to work if you plug it into your TV. Some TVs just don't have the power output necessary to power one of these devices. But if your device works like this, then great. I think that's a really good tip. Because what happens is, so let me, oh, no, my remote, yeah, it's all the way on the other side of the room. This TV right here is a Roku Smart TV. So it's got Roku built right in. If I'm watching something on the Roku Smart TV, then when I turn off the TV, it turns everything off, right? Great. But I've also got, because I am who I am, I've got the Chromecast and a Fire Stick plugged into the back of the TV. So I've got two other streaming devices plugged into the TV. And if I'm watching something on that device and I turn off the TV with the Roku remote, it doesn't turn off the device and it doesn't turn off what it's streaming. And so you may end up streaming a bunch of stuff that you never actually watched. Which obviously, if you have data caps, that's going to be a problem. Now, most streaming services, if you use Netflix, and I'm sure you do, then you've seen this before where, you're letting it run through episode after episode of whatever. Back in the day, it would have been The Office or Friends or whatever you're watching. But after you get through 3 or 4 episodes, it gives you a little button on the screen that says, "Are you still watching?" And so you have to say, "Yes, I'm still watching," and then it'll play again. And so that will save your bacon and, not let the TV run all night, but it will still run through, a few more hours of content potentially before it turns off. So Robert, great tip. I like that. Okay. So this is a good question. Do you think the new update on the Chromecast TV dongle, there it is again, man, I should have titled this "The Dongle Stream," although I think then I'd get kicked off YouTube. So, do you think the new update on Chromecast TV dongle will perform as good or better when it gets the Stadia gaming update? Well, good question. Software updates can only do so much, right? So when you update, it doesn't install a new chip into your device, but they can optimize the performance of the existing hardware in the device. So will it perform better? When it comes to gaming, I would hope so. What I would hope for is that it, like, if you're using something like Stadia, and Google is smart enough to do this, hopefully. But when you go from your main operating system, the Google TV, I think it's called, when you go from that into the specific app, you go into Stadia, then it should prioritize all of the computing power into Stadia and not do any more background work. Because if it's doing background work, then you're screwed if it comes to, even a mildly complex game. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Kathy, coming in from Facebook. Love your channel. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Kathy. And I love that this service, what am I using? StreamYard. It allows me to simulcast between Facebook and YouTube. So I love being able to see people from both sides. Sorry for the spelling error, please. It's okay. Like I said, I misspell my own name sometimes. It happens. I'm a winner already being in your live stream. Well, there you go, Roy. Here we go. What's your opinion on the anime version of The Lord of the Rings that's been announced? We'll see. We'll see. I'm nervous. I'm more nervous for that than I am for the live action adaptation, even though that one has already had a lot of trouble associated with it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's this. Just put your streaming devices and TV on a power strip. Well, yeah, but then we don't get to use that tip that we got from Robert. So, unless you're talking about shutting off the power strip, okay. Or get a smart switch outlet. Yeah, so you can just tell her to turn it off. Yeah, maybe. Okay. All right. Is Stadia still a thing? Yes, it is still a thing. I feel like it came and went. Like a lot of things, they tried really hard to make a huge splash with it right at the very beginning, and they didn't make much headway as far as the broad culture. But with a service like that, generally speaking, they're going to do a pretty good job of finding their audience, and that's what Stadia did. They found the people who were passionate about it, and they still use it. So they didn't quite get the phenomenon that they were going for, but they still have a core audience, and you can build off of that. So they were hoping it would be a giant, massive phenomenon in its first year. It wasn't, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, who knows? We'll see where it's looking. Okay. I'll go for a few more minutes. I'm not going to go for as long as I usually do. I usually go for almost an hour, but my throat has been giving me a little bit of trouble, and I don't want to exacerbate that trouble. And so I hope it's okay if I only go for another 5 minutes or so. Let's see. I did see this. Did you know Fubo TV launched on LG smart TVs? Love your vids. Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I did see that, and that's fantastic. In fact, when I saw that, my first thought was, Fubo wasn't on LG? That's crazy. But yeah, I think it's interesting that LG is still sticking with their own platform. I know they sell a lot of TVs, and hey, I'm not an expert on the economics behind all of this, but in my mind, Samsung and LG, I don't know. Samsung seems a little bigger, and it makes more sense to me that they have their own operating system. LG, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just being unfair. And yeah, okay. So, but yeah, I did see that. And that's one of those news items where, it sends into my RSS feed, and I see the headline come across, and my first thought is always, oh, should I do a video and like make sure people know about this? But with this one, like the headline basically is the story. It's available now on LG's, and I thought, well, yeah, it's probably not worth doing an entire video on it. There's no misspelling. Craig is always right. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. All right. So go get your mugs today. What are they? I think they're like $20 or $15. If you're on YouTube, you can go below this video. There's a few items of merch available. So you can get this shirt, which you can kind of see under there. You can get the mug. I think we're still selling a face mask, which is still going to be useful in a lot of places, even though some are getting rid of the mask mandates. Okay. What's today's giveaway? Okay, so I'll put this on screen one more time. And this is today's giveaway. 4 winners: an in-case commuter backpack, a Samsung Smart Tag, and Bluetooth sleep masks. So it sounds like there's a couple winners who will get those. And I think that's a fantastic prize. So yeah, hop over to reviews.org/giveaways. You go one more time in the comments, and you can enter to win. Okay. So Richie, Walmart's streaming stick has something new to explore. So Richie, if you just joined us, we talked about those already. And yeah, so we basically just did an overview. My question for those who have just joined the stream, you can go into the chat or into the comments after this video is uploaded. And let me know what you want to know about it, because I'll get a unit soon for both the streaming stick and the box. And once I've got those, I will, I'll do my review on them, but I'll be curious to hear what you want to know about them. Okay. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, I'm sorry. We should also talk about Paramount Plus, because Paramount Plus, as you recall, was a kind of a reskin of CBS All Access. And they just announced, and they didn't just announce, but they just put into effect their new $5 tier. So if you come to the front page of Paramount Plus, you'll see now this was not there a couple weeks ago. $4.99 a month. So this is the new trend, right? The commercial supported tier. So you can choose essential or premium. Premium is ad-free, except live TV and a few shows. Monthly or annual payment options, and you can come in and yeah. So that's and this is another one where I was like, well, I probably don't need to do an entire video on it because the headline is the story. They have a $4.99 a month. They have a $4.99 a month tier. There you go. That's the entire thing. Limited ads. If it's like every other streaming service, they won't do as many ads as you used to watch on cable or satellite. But yeah, you'll still watch, so a half-hour sitcom I think now on cable is down to just over 21 minutes on average. So you're watching let's just call it 8 minutes of commercials on cable. So for a 22-minute episode, you're watching 8 minutes of commercials. And I think when they say limited ads, the last time I looked at the average, and it has been a while, it was like 4 or 5 minutes of ads. So maybe half or just over half the amount of ads you used to watch. So there you go. Again, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew about that. If you've been thinking about Paramount Plus, you really wanted to watch it. There's the new, is it Infinity? The new Mark Wahlberg action movie is on Paramount Plus. If you're curious about that, you can pop in and just sign up for the Essential plan. Watch some commercials. Okay. Let's see. I apologize if I'm not sure is this referring to which is better, the Essential or the Premium plan? Well, if that's what you're asking about, then it all depends on your preference. It's like I said in the I just released a review of Pluto TV. Did a little deep dive into Pluto TV and the state of Pluto TV, and the conclusion I came to at the end is it's like, what do you value more, your time or your money? So if you value your time more, then you sign up for the premium package because you're not going to spend time watching commercials. If you value your money more, well, you're going to save $5 a month by watching a few commercials when you watch TV on Paramount Plus. So which is better? Totally up to you. All right. So Paramount Plus has a lot of annoying ads. This is true of every streaming service. This is one thing that I hope gets better with time. If you're going to watch commercials, you might as well be forced to watch decent commercials and a variety of decent commercials, right? One of the things, like when I watch, so I'm a big Mariners fan, yes, you can send me your condolences later, but I'm a huge Mariners fan, so I watch MLB.TV all the time. It's on almost every day here on this TV, and they have a slate of like 3 commercials. And so between innings, whenever there's a pitching change, it's the same 3 commercials for 2 minutes, and then the game comes back on. And then the same 3 commercials for 2 minutes. And so this is every streaming service out there. Like I said, it would be nice if they got a little bit better at that. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't looked at this. So you may be grandfathered in. Yeah, usually they do that for at least a few months, but I haven't confirmed that. So, by the way, if you do sign up for services like these, sorry, I'm going to pull this page back up. So they've got the 1 month free in there. So that's fine. But also don't miss this one right here. This little box down here. Let's see if I can blow this up. Okay. Save over 16% with an annual plan. If you know you're going to be using a service for a while, then it's always a good idea to consider doing an annual plan. So Disney Plus users did this a lot. I did this when I signed up for Disney Plus that first year. It's like, I know I'm going to be using this. I know my kids are going to be using this. So annual plan. But they put that down there because, hey, they don't make as much money off of it. So they want you to, they would prefer it if you went monthly. And if for some reason out of the charitable goodness of your heart, you want to give CBS more of your money, then hey, go for that. But just know that, remember that option is there, even though it's a little bit small. Oh my gosh, forgot to write a Wikipedia page. How dare you? I'm sure I could boot you from the stream for your egregious offense, but I won't because I'm done. This is exactly what I need less of. Fewer Limu Emu ads. Okay. So Asha says that you're grandfathered in unless you cancel. So that's good news. All right, good. We've gone for about 40 minutes now. Like I said, my throat is killing me. I can feel it starting to go, and so I better quit while I'm ahead and give this little thing a rest. So thanks everybody for joining in. Appreciate you coming in. Don't forget to go down to the description, and enter to win one of those items. So reviews.org giveaway, reviews.org/giveaways. One more time, there is that link. So make sure you go there and check it out. Again, thank you for watching. I'll be back with a video next week about the best ways to watch anime. That should be fun. And then again, back next Friday for another live stream. So I will see you then. Thanks everybody for joining. And